Om. 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 Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Gananaam Tva Ganapatitam Avamahe Kavim Kavinamupamashravastamam Jyeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anashrinvannopiti Sadanam. Om Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Saraswatyai Namo Nityam Bhadrakalyai Namo Namaha. Veda Vedanta Vedanga Vidyasthanebhya eva cha Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Gurureva Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sadashiva Samarambha Shankaracharya Madhyama Asmadacharya Paryanta Vande Guru Parampara. Shruti Smriti Puranana Alayam Karunalaya Namami Bhagavad-pada Shankaram Loka Shankaram Samasta Jana Kalyani Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Narayanam Padma Bhuvam Vasishtham Shaktin cha Tatputra Parasharam cha Vyasam Shukam Gaudapadam Mahantam Govindam Yogindra Mathasya Shishyam Shri Shankaracharya Mathasya Padmapadam cha Hastamalakam cha Shishyam Tam Totakam Vartikakaramanyat Asmadgurun Santatamanatosmi Vyasam Vasishtanaptaram Shaktev Pautramakalmasham Parasharatmajam Vande Shukatatam Taponidhim Vyasaya Vishnurupaya Vyasarupaya Vishnave Namo Vai Brahmanidhai Vasishtaya Namo Namaha Achaturvadano Brahma Vibhahur-अपरो हरिः अभाललोचनः शम्भुः भगवान् बादरायणः भगवान् बादरायणः ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्टुवागंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति न साक्षो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्ददातु Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Page number 194, 46th Shlok, 46 and 47. Yada na liyate chittam na cha vikshipyate punaha aninganam anabhasam Nishpannam Brahma tattada yada na liyate chittam na cha vikshipyate punaha aninganam manabhasam Nishpannam Brahma tattada swastham shantam sanirvanam akathyam sukhamuttamam ajam ajena jneyena sarvagyam parichakshate swastham shantam sanirvanam अकथ्यं सुखमुत्तमम् अजम् अजेन ज्ञेयेन सर्वज्ञं परिचक्षते. 48 श्लोक. न कश्चित् जायते जीवः सम्भवोऽस्य न विद्यते एतत्तदुत्तमं सत्यं यत्र किञ्चित् न जायते न कश्चित् जायते जीवः सम्भवोऽस्य न विद्यते एतत्तदुत्तमं सत्यं यत्र किञ्चित् न जायते इति गौडपादीय कारिकायां अद्वैताख्यं तृतीयं प्रकरणम् ॐ तत्सत् यदा न लीयते this the portion that is going on if you remember is of Manonigram and how the what is the state how to reach that state of Manonigram. So this is a portion of Nididhyasana and how we can control the mind. The mind needs to be controlled. That is our biggest problem, this mind only. Hmm. So yesterday also we saw in Gita also in chapter 6 also where Bhagwan had told us the Dhyan sadhana and how to control the mind. Both of these go parallel. Both of them are the same meaning. Both of them are parallel. So Bhagwan there also he told about the essentials of the dhyan. And we also all of us should do some for some time, even if it is 5 minutes, 2 minutes, we should start our dhyan. And then what is happening actually at present, the dharma of the sthanu has become the dharma of the atma. Sthanu means what? Sthanu means that anatma, whatever. So dharma of the Purush cannot be the dharma of the anatma. Dharma of the Purush is nityam, sarva vyapakatvam. It is without any conditions. It is eternal, ajam, advitiyam. But it has taken all the dharma of the sthanu that cannot be of Purush. Similarly, this atma also, this has taken the dharma of what it is not and it has become something. So this will go away by nididhyasana only. Through this abhyas, whatever we are doing through the control of the mind or manonigraha, we are continuously deconditioning the mind that has been conditioned by the various conditionings that are not real. So this kind of adhyas that will go, this adhyas means that is not there, but it is seen. Like the redness of the flower is the adhyas on the prism. Similarly, all the dharma of the sthanu has come to the Purush and we have become like that. So this adhyas has to be taken out by Vivek. Vivek, where it has to be done, it has to be done in our buddhi only. So samadhi process is the samadhi abhyas, is a process through which we are taking out all those conditionings in the mind. Remember, it is not thoughtlessness. Again and again, I repeat the same thing. It is not thoughtlessness that state. We are not trying to strive where I am without any thought, quiet mind, because it will be with the beach. So if the beach is still there, again, my problems will be there. But when a person has mani bhav, when he has done the samadhi abhyas through satya anusatya atmanubodhena, remember that shlok, 32nd shlok. And with that shlok only his mind will quieten. That is an important shlok. We have to remember that shlok, 32nd shlok. Satyanubodhena, Satyatma, Atma Satyanubodhena, na sankalpayate ita. Tada, amanastam tada yati, amanastam tada, then the mind is negated. And then what happens? Grahya bhave, tadagraham. Grahya and grahak bhav is not there. So what will be taken? Because there is nobody to take there. Only one is there. So amanastam tada yati. At that time, the amani bhav will come. So this process has been told, and we had seen the obstacles also that the mind goes to lie, the mind goes to rasaswad. Remember all these points we have to remember because when we will go to meditate, these things will come as hindrances, as obstacles for us. So we need to know beforehand how to tackle these problems. So we should be very, very alert with our mind, that our mind should not go into lie. So the upay, remember the five upayas that we saw yesterday? Practice, abhyas, we have to do nirantar. Lay, to be seen as a very big impediment. Then third one was vairagya bhavna has to be done continuously. We have to bring out vairagya bhavna. Then Ishwar Smaran, then all to see all everything as Aja, and to see the duality as what? False. So these were the five practices that we have to do, five upay that we have to continuously do. We have to remember this. First one is practice. Second one is lay has to be seen as anartha. Third is vairagya bhavna. Fourth is Fourth is what? Fourth is Ishwar Smaran. Fifth is when we are seeing the duality, see it as false and Aj as Sarvam. Everything is Aj only. That is the reality behind. Continuously, when we do this with this Upay, the Upay was, they told us that I'll be telling you the Upay. These Upay had been told to us. In the 45th Shlok, then, we saw that na aswada, this was the aswadan portion. The sukhanubhuti that you get when the mind becomes quiet, we have to leave that state also and move forward. We cannot stick on to that state when the mind is quiet and we become, then the mind slowly will go to lie. So we have to continuously bring in thoughts and tell it that this also belongs to the Anandmay Kosh. This is not my Anand. I want that bliss that is my Anand. This bliss belongs to that Anandmay Kosh where the mind is completely dissolved. It is dissolving slowly, slowly. It is going into lay. Nishchalam, nishchittam, eki kuryat prayatnata, prayatnata. We have to do a lot of prayatna there. Effort has to be put. So this we saw yesterday. Now let us come to, and we also saw what is chit, and we also saw what is chit. Okay, so the takar there means the whole nam and roop. So when the takar is added to the chit, it becomes chitta. So when it is devoid of the mind, when it is devoid of the nam and roop, it becomes the consciousness. Consciousness, when it is added with the nam and roop, it becomes the mind. So we have to continuously think about it and know our own self. Okay, to chittam chitcha vijaniya takaram rahitam sada saddarshana. Chittam chitcha vijaniya. Chittam is chit only. Takaram rahitam sada. So that if you remove the takar, it is actually not its nature. So we can remove it. So once we remove it, what will be there? That will be that consciousness only. So we have to come to that state. Okay, now let us come to the 46th shlok. What does it say? Yadana liyate chittam nacha vikshipyate punaha. That mind which does not go in sleep, yadana liyate, does not go into this to sleep, neither it is vikshipyate punaha, neither it is flickering. Vikshipyate. Vikshipta means what? Movement of the mind is there continuously. From where to where? From one object to the other object. It is hopping. That mind is hopping. Means what? It is taking shapes. So it is taking one shape and it is leaving the other shape. It is taking another shape. It is leaving the previous shape. So continuously going to one shape from the other. This is called vikshipyate. So it has stopped that also. This is a high class. Okay, now it is coming towards the end. So this is a high class devotee. This is the high class state. He has reached that state now. That's what is being said here. So now his mind is not flickering. His mind is not going to sleep also. First line. Yadana liyate chittam. Na vikshipyate punah. It is not flickering also means it is not taking new shapes also. Aninganam anabhasam. Aninganam. This word has come in Gita chapter 6 also. Nanengate sopamasmrita. Yatroparam te chittam. That's low. Then aningam anabhasam, not flickering. Aningam means not flickering. Tekate. It is not flickering. Anabhasam. Anabhasam means what? Vishay is not there. It is without any object. Can we for even 1 minute? 1 minute is too much of time. For 30 seconds, let us see, let us think of our mind without any object. Try. For 30 seconds, just try without any object. Just be. Just be. This is the state he is in for forever. So his mind does not catch on or hold on to any object. Vishaya is there, it is passing. His mind is not going to that Vishaya. Quiet. And it is not flickering also. Aninganam. Aninganam, anabhasam, nishpannam brahma tattada. At that time, what will it become? Becomes of the shape of that Brahma only, naturally. When there is no shape, there's no conditioning. The mind is stable. It is not flickering. There's no movement. It is not going to deep sleep also. All the conditions of becoming a Brahma has been satisfied. All are done. So he becomes that Brahma Tat Tada. Tat means what? Chitta. Chittam. That Nishpannam Brahma Chittam Tada. At that time, that Chitta takes the shape of that Brahma only. So now what is happening? It's become that Brahma only. He has attained his own self meaning. Because he is that. We are all Brahma only. But at present, we have become something else due to the conditionings, due to the adhyas. Continuously, when he starts thinking about it, so now when we are hearing, everything is at the superficial level only, at the Vigyan Kosh only. Very good. Even if this stage is attained, this is quite a stage. It's not that everybody can come to this stage also. But now, after being here for a long time, being in the Vigyan Kosh, continuously taking the impressions, now those impressions should go beneath to the Anandmay Kosh also and beyond also. So we have to, when that impression from the Vigyanmay Kosh goes to the Anandmay Kosh, it will it will start reacting on the sanskar or on the previous impressions of anatma that it has. Naturally, there it will start cleansing. So when it removes, it starts deconditioning. Slowly, slowly, what will happen? The ignorance will go away. Ignorance of what I am not. Sorry, ignorance of what I am. Ignorance of what I am, that will go away. Okay, so let us come to the Bhashyam. Yatha Uktena Upayena. Upay was told in 44th and 45th Shlok, if you remember. 44th Shlok. Lay Sambodhe Chittam Vikshiptam Shamayet Punaha. If the mind goes to lie, bring it back again. If it is going to vikshep, make it quiet again. Sakashayam vijaniya sampraptam natachale. Rag etc. Sakash kashaya and is nasvadaye sukham tatra. Don't go to rasasvadan. Even if the mind is quiet, you have to jump out and you have to start thinking of that, of I am only what I am. Nishcharam nishcharat chittam eki kuryat prayatnatah. You have to again and again associate that mind. Prayatnatah. You have to put effort. Without effort, nothing is possible here. Everything needs effort. Except sneezing and except sleeping. Everything requires effort. So here that is why the upay, fourth of those five upayas. What were the five upay? First one practice, then see lie as anartha. Then third one was what? Third one was Vairagya Bhavana. Vairagya Bhavana has to be increased, Ishwar Smaran, and see everything, the dual as false and the aj as true. So continuously these upaya, nigrihita chittam, yada sushuktena liyate, it does not go to sleep. Through these upaya, I have controlled the mind now. Sushuktena liyate, shunyagram na gacchati. So shunyagram na gacchati, it is not going towards shunya. Nacha punar visheshu vikshipyate, it does not become an object. That means what? It is not taking vikshipyate. Vikshep means what? Taking another shape of another object. So, na punar visheshu vikshipyate, it is not taking another object's shape also. Aninganam achalam. Now he's describing what is aninganam. Aninganam, aninganam means what? Where the mind is not, where the mind is not wavering, not flickering. Let us come to the Shlok 19, 6.19. 6.19. Yatha deepo nivatastha negate sopama smrita yogino yata chittasya yunjato yogamatmanaha. Got? 19th shlok, 6.19. Yatha deepo nivatastha, like the deep that is kept in a place without breeze. Nengate sopama smrita, and there it is continuously only one flame is there without any flickering because there is no breeze there. Similarly, here also mind has got one vritti only, one object. Sajatiya vritti prava is continuously going. Means what? The thought that is emerging, that only thought is merging. Again, the same thought is emerging, same thought is merging. There is no variation in vritti. There is no variation in the object of the vritti. The object of the vritti is the same. The same thought that is emerging is merging, merging, merging. The gap is increasing. If the gap is increasing, he is going deep, deep inside. Inside his mind, the subconscious mind. Now at present, we are all in the superficial level. So when the slowly the mind is very, very stable. Yogino yata chittasya yunjato yogam atmana. Then he is associated with his own atma only. Yunjato yogina yata chittasya yunjato yogam atmana. Then he is one with that. So this has been told here. This state has been told here. This he attains this state. Aninganam, Achala. Aninganam means what? Achalam. This now, this our mind is compared to the flame. Means what? The flame is urdhvagami. The flame is single. The flame is not flickering. And there is light. All these things are compared to the mind. So the mind also is uplifting. Means higher thoughts are there, single thought is there, non-flickering thought is there, means the object is same as the merging and the emerging object. And the light of the self is there. That is why that flame has been compared to the mind. Both of them are compared. Okay, so non-wavering, one thought of consciousness is there. Achalam. Nivat pradipakam. Pradipakam means the lamp that is kept in a breezeless place. Similarly, here also mind becomes like that. Anabhasam na kenachit kalpitena vishya bhavena abhasate iti. Mind does not take the shape of any object. Anabhasam means there is no vishaya there. No vishaya, no object there, no object there. So no object present, and that is why the mind is not taking any shape. Na kenachit kalpitena vishya bhavena avabhasate iti. It is not taking the shape of any of the objects. Also, only thought of self is there. Only one thought. Same thought is coming and same thought is going also. This thought of self, actually what happens, I am, when one thought is emerging, same thought is merging, same thought is emerging, again merging. What is happening? I am maintaining the thought of Purna Brahma, Vyapak Brahma. There is nothing other than me. I see myself as the substratum of everything here. A Sparsha Yoga also I bring in. There is no condition. I have deconditioned my mind completely. My mind does not entertain any other object also. There is no limitation of any time space object also on me. I am not seeing myself with respect to anything in this world. That means no guna, no kriya, no jati, no sambandha, no rudhi, nothing. So I have continuously negated every conditioning that is coming in my mind. This is that state. This is the highest state. That is what I'm telling. And this thought of self is very, very close to that self. And he is maintaining that thought for a long time. And that thought has the capacity to overwhelm the thinker. From Savikalpa Samadhi, now he is going to Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Remember, Vritti is there. Vritti has to be there. But that is what Vritti? That is one Vritti without any object. Brahmakar Vritti means what? Brahma is not an object called Brahma. There is nothing called object. That means it has negated all the objects. So it is with an vritti called Brahmakar vritti. It is very close. What is the nature of that Brahmakar vritti? It is very, very close to that self. And it has a capacity to overwhelm the known knowledge. So only knowledge is there. Only gyan. Gyapti matram evam. Now there is nothing. So here he is in this state, Aningana, Anabhasa, Nishpannam, Brahma Tattva. Now he has become that. It has the capacity to burn all the ignorance. It is closest to the self. How will it reach the self? Because in between, ignorance is there. Unless it has burnt it, it won't go close to the self. So it has burnt the ignorance, the veil that was separating both of them. So dhyata is also engulfed by the dheya. Dheya is what? That Brahma only. So that has engulfed the dhyata also, and only one is there. So vritti is there, but the light of consciousness has overpowered that vritti so much that there is no difference now. When you go on a dark road, you are traveling in a car, you are traveling, and suddenly a flash of light comes to your eyes. So suddenly it blurs your vision. Take this example here also. The light of consciousness is so bright, it is so illuminating that inside everything, whatever was seen due to the ignorance, the triputi that was seen, the trio of Gyata, Gaya, Gyan, Bhed was there, everything is merged into that light of consciousness. Such a beautiful state. So when he knows that he is meditating, that is called savikal. This state, when he is not, when the dhyata is already engulfed, this state is called nirvikalpa. There is no differentiation left now. Okay, so only one flow of thought is there, continuously only one flow of thought for a long time. And that thought will engulf whatever is coming. There's no big shape also. There's mind is completely awake also. It is not going to sleep also. There is a self forgetfulness. You can call it like. There's a self forget because the dhyaya has completely engulfed the dhyata, the meditator. So there is no separate entity called the meditator. Nothing. Now it has similarly, when the thought of that self is there, it will engulf the whole thinker. that light of consciousness. It is as if bathed in the light of consciousness, the thinker. So, aham dehosmi, aham jivosmi, all these negative thoughts, all these adhyas thoughts. I am a doer, karta aham, bhokta aham, gyata aham. All these aham thoughts all have merged into that bright, brilliant light of consciousness. There's no separate entity of any vritti, any thought that I have to do something. I have some worries. I have a body. See, when the body is only gone, all the thoughts are related to our body only. So if the body thought, I mean, not the body is gone, the body thought is gone, the host me is gone. With all the kids are of that this vritti only. All the worry, all the other rag, dvesh, etc. are born from this dehosmi only. So everything goes away. Now there's nothing. So one vritti only. So experience, when we say that I have the experience of living, that means what? I am hopping from one experience to the other. What is Jivan? Jivan Mukt, when we say, I had explained you the meaning of Jivan. Jivan means what? The experience of that is present continuous tense. Jivan. San pratyay. So it is continuously the experiences that it is having, that I am living, I am living, I am living. And what is this experience? One experience comes, it goes, I go to another experience, it leaves, again I go to another experience. So continuously the change in the experiences is called jeevhood. This goes away because you have the experience of what? Of that consciousness in which there cannot be any experience. All the experiences are negated there. So this experience also that I am living or I am having some experiences, that also is negated in that. No experience. So I am experiencing what? You have to experience the consciousness. This next shlok will tell us, I'm experiencing the consciousness by the consciousness. Because there's nothing there again. So I have to experience that consciousness by that consciousness only. There's one phrase in Sanskrit saying, Devam Bhutva, Devam Yaja. Devam Bhutva, Devam Yaja. For performing any puja of any deity, any devta, first become that devta, that means become pure, and then you can do the yaja, not puja. Similarly, here also, to know that self, we have to become that self. Through that self only, let us see the last sentence. Anabhasam na kenachit kalpitena, 195 page, first line. Anabhasam na kenachit kalpitena, vishay bhavena abhasate iti. So mind does not take the shape of any object now. यत् एवं लक्षणं चित्तं तदा निष्पन्नं ब्रह्म ब्रह्मस्वरूपेण निष्पन्नं चित्तं भवति इत्यर्थः. When mind is like that, when mind has left everything, when mind is not going to lean or lay also, and it is not taking the shape of any object also, when it is that, tada nishpannam brahma. At that time, what it happens, it becomes that brahma swarupena nishpannam, upapannam means it becomes that Brahma only. Chittam bhavati ityartha. That chit now becomes chit. Chittam, he knows himself as Brahma only. Bhavati ityartha. He knows himself as Brahma only. See the 20th shlok of chapter 6. Yatro paramate chittam niruddham yoga sevaya yatra chaivatmanatmanam pashyannatmani tushyati. This is a very important chapter. Please by heart this chapter also, whoever can. So yatro paramate chittam, uparamate, yatra uparamate chittam, when the mind has stopped reveling in the various objects, niruddham yoga sevaya. See, yoga sevaya, it is saying. There are many, many sevas, na? There can be Bhagavad seva, there can be other seva, Guru seva. Here it is saying he has controlled the mind, niruddha, yoga sevaya, through the yoga, through association with the higher, he has controlled his mind. Yatra chaiva atmana atmana. See, by that atma only he is knowing that pashyan atmani tushyati. So the sentence will be yatra chaiva atmana atmanam pashyati. Pashyan, pashyan. So yatra cha eva atmana atmanam pashyan. When he is seeing the atma by that atma or through that atma only. Atmani tushyati, and there he stays. He is established there only. He is not now deviating from that state once he has reached that stage. This is what is being said here. Now, Nishpannam Brahma Tattada, he's become that Atma only. Now, let us come to the next shlok. So, this is Abhyas, that is why it's called, this Abhyas, Samadhi Abhyas is called this Niruddha. Okay, so he revels there. Now, let us come to the 47th shlok. This shlok is very important, and we have been quoting it to describe the Anand. What is that Anand? I had made you write also this definition. Swastham, Shantam, Anirvan, Sanirvanam, Akathyam, Sukham, Uttamam. The definition of that Uttam Sukh, of the bliss, that bliss of the nature of the self, that has been defined here. First line. Swastham, this is from the Karika, this definition. Swastham, Shantam, Sanirvanam, Akathyam, Sukham, Uttamam. Okay, so we will see all these words, and there is another word called Sarvagyam. So these are 5 words: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Swastham, Shantam, Sanirvanam, Akathyam, Sukham, Uttamam. Sukham Uttamam is one word. Sukham Uttamam. Ajam, Ajena, Keyena, Sarvagyam Parichakshate. So Ajam is also another word. Sorry. Swastham, Shantam, Sanirvanam, Akathyam, Sukham. You have to bring all those in second vibhakti subject in one together. Sanskrit will help you. Ajam. Till Ajam, you have to have all these words. Ajam, then you have to bring Sarvagyam. Sarvagyam Parichakshate Brahmavidaha. Ajena, Gena, Sarvagyam Parichakshate. By that Ajena, by that Aja, who he is doing what? Geyena, Sarvagyam Parichakshate. By that instrument, that should be known, that Geyena, he is knowing that Aja, is knowing that Aja through Aja only. That means that Geya, that should be known, is knowing that through that only. So all these words are what? Are known by this person, Brahma Vidha Parichakshate. He is knowing all these. So this is the culmination. There are the Sukh of the Amani Bhav. These are the Sukh of that Amani Bhav. Swastham, Shantam, Sanirvanam, Akathyam, Sukham Uttamam, Ajam, Ajena Gena, Sarvagyam Parichakshate. Let us come to the question. Yathoktam Paramartha Sukham, Atma Satyanubodha Lakshanam, Swastham Swatmani Sthitam. Yathoktam means what I had already said. Paramartha Sukham, that Paramartha Sukha, that Sukham is of the nature of that Gyan only, that absolute Sukha. It is not talking about the material Sukha. So Paramartha Sukham. Atma Satyanubodha Lakshanam. See, again, this 32nd shlok has come. Atma Satyanubodhena na vikalpayate yada. That same shlok has come again. Atma Satyanubodhena na vikalpayate sada. Amanastam tadayati grahya grahak ग्राह्य भावे तदग्राम अमनस्ताम तदायति अमनस्ता अमनस amani bhav, he attains. Amanastam tadayati. So this is very important. Satyanu, Atma Satyanubodhena, na sankalpiteda. Amanastam tadayati, grahya bhave tadagram. Paramasugam Satyanubodha Lakshanam. Swastham Swatmani Sthitam. That which is in the Atma only. Swastham means Swatmani Sthitam. That is called Swastham. Swatmani Sthitam. That does not have anything out, any alien object. That does not have anything outside itself. That is called Swastham. Aswastha means what? Something has entered our body. So I have left my swasthata. Swasthiti. So Swatmani Sthiti is called Swastha. He is completely established in his own self. There is no other object of his thoughts, of vritti there present. Sthitam, Shantam. Shantam means what? Where there is cessation of all kinds of difficulties. Shantam means serve. It is not related. We have to remember this, that it is not that mind Shantam, that the mind has completely quieted. This is another name of Atma. That Shanti has been spoken of. It is without any Sarva Anartha Upashapa Rupam. The difficulties come from Kam, Krodh, etc. So there is no difficulties there. That means there is no Vasna there. All these Vasanas only make our situations troublesome. So there is nothing. Sa Nirvanam. Sa Nirvanam means what? Nirvritti Nirvanam Kaivalyam. The absence of all Vasanas is called Nirvanam. Sa Nirvanam, it is with Nirvana. Sa Nirvanam, Nirvanam kaise? Nirvana word is used by both also for the Deepak, for the Diya, for the oil lamp. So they call moksha as Nirvana. Remember? For moksha they call Nirvana. So Nirvan means now what happens through that Vasna only, the wick of that Vasna only, the lamp is lighting continuously. So there's oil of sanskar, the wick of Vasanas, and the lamp is there and the lamp is lit. When the Vasna, when the sanskar is finished, the lamp will extinguish. So it is called Sanirvana. So there is no Vasna there. No Vasna is left. This is that state. So, sa nirvanam, nirvritti, nirvanam, kaivalyam. So it is defined as kaivalyam. Kaivalyam means keval bhavam. Only that Atma is there. Keval bhavam is called kaivalyam. Saha nirvanena vartate. So, because of oil of vasna only, our subtle body is constantly burning. So, now this subtle body also merges. It is not there. Tacha, next. Tacha akathyam na shakyate kathaitum. It because it cannot be grasped by words or conceived by words or conceived by thoughts. It is akathyam. Okay, simple. Akathyam. It cannot be grasped by words, cannot be told by words. So it is akathyam. Then atyanta asadharana vishayatvat. Atyanta asadharana vishayatvat. It because it is not conceived by the speech, mind, intellect. So that is why it is very, very asadharan. Vishayatvat. So that is why it is saying it does not have any gun, kriya, sambandha, nam, rudi, etc. It is not having all these things. That is why it is very asadharan. Because it is not conceived. That is why. Sukham uttamam niratishayam hi tad yogi gat pratyakshameva. So Sukham, now he is describing Sukham uttamam. So please come to the second number Tippani on page number 196 only. Second number Niratishayam. Niratishayam means what? Aparichinnam. Aparichinnam means what? It is not limited by time, space, and object. Aparichinnam. So Sukham Uttama means Niratishayam. It is not limited. It is not limited by any time, space, object. He tad yogi pratyaksham eva. It is clear to that dhyan yogi. It cannot be described. Like I cannot describe you the taste of gulab jamun or rasgulla. I cannot describe you unless you eat. I can tell you sweet, It is sweet, it is round, it is soft, it is white, or it is brown, whatever. But only that much. The experience I cannot give you. Similarly, here also, these are just words to experience to explain the experience. Actually, that yogi only has this experience of that state. So for him, it is very clear. Kar amalakavat. Kar amalak, amla, gooseberry, as if the gooseberry is kept in our hand and we can eat it anytime. Similarly, this yogi can see, has this experience of the self. Na jatam iti ajam yatha vishayam, which is not born. That is called ajam. Simple, very simple. Yatha vishayam. Vishayam means what? All joys are born from, in the world are born, that will die also. So this is called Vishaya. This all the Anand of the world is naimittik, just born from Vishay, and so it will go away also. Ye hi sansparsha bhoga dukkha yona evate. All these are sansparsha bhoga. That means it is created from this world only. But that so that thing that is ajit, that is not born, which is not born, and that is why it will not finish also. So nice. It will, once we attain it, it will never go away. अजेन अनुत्पन्नेन ज्ञेयेन अव्यतिरिक्तं सत् स्वेन सर्वज्ञ रूपेण सर्वज्ञं ब्रह्मैव सुखं परिचक्षते कथयन्ति ब्रह्मविदः. So ajena, that which is not born, anutpannena, that is just not born, it is giving the meaning. Geyena, that which should be known. Geyena avyatiriktam, that which is not different than anything in this world. It is one with everything in this world. Satsvena, he by that he knows Sarvagya Rupena, he knows that self by the self. Sarvagyam, what does he know? Sarvagyam means what? Brahmaiva. You have to put is equal to there because the words are explaining the meaning. Sarvagyam is equal to Brahmaiva. Sukham parichakshate. They see and they tell. Parichakshate means kathayanti brahmavidah. They tell also. They are not keeping everything secret that I have experienced. I am not going to tell anybody. No, the Shruti is proclaiming it. The Shruti is declared everything that we can have the experience. Go for it. It is giving us the process to go to that state. Athanti Brahma Vidaha, those Brahmavid are telling us their experience. So this shlok, please see again, once again. Swastham means it is devoid of anything outside. It is of its own self. Shantam, it is not related to the vasanas. Sanirvanam, no vasana there. Akathyam, it cannot be spoken. Sukham uttamam. Ajam ajena yena sarvagyam parichakshate. That sarvagya, that Brahmavid only knows it through that ajam, through that Brahma only, that Brahma is known. By whom? By that Brahmavid. So this is the culmination of that Bhamani Bhav. Now let us come to the last shlok. We have already read it. So Mano Nigrahi has now transported himself to Amani Bhav in this shlok. Okay. So he is now Mano Nigrahi means what? He was trying to control his mind again and again. He was bringing back. Now when he comes back from that Samadhi state, he see the world is there as it is. Everything is there as it is. But he has the practice of seeing everything negated, including his body, including his thoughts, including every problem, everything. So when he gets up, he wakes up, he has woken up to Amanibha, negation. Mano Nigraha has led to Amanibha. Okay. Na kaschit jayate jivaha. If you remember, the first and second shlok was the Pratigya Vakya, and it was telling us what? That one who does everything is unborn here, nothing is born, and one who does not know his self is called Kripan. Remember? So now, naturally, whatever has been Pratigya has been given, that he has to be concluded. So he's concluding the same thing. See how they stick to the rules of the Shastra. Atah, page number 128. अतः वक्ष्यामि अकार्पण्यम् अजाति समतां गतं यथा न जायते किंचित जायमानं समन्ततः यथा न जायते किंचित, not even little bit something is born here, and therefore he is saying na kaschit jayate jiva. See how both of them are connected. So he's concluding, this is a last shlok, this is the conclusion of the whole Advaita Prakaran. That pratigya that he had taken, that I am going to explain you why there is nothing born here. It cannot be born like from the Mahakash, the Ghatakash cannot be born. From the Brahma, the Jeev cannot be born. Though the Ghatakash is seen, but still it is not born. It has not separated itself from the Mahakash for even a single moment of time, smallest moment of time. So therefore, here also nothing is born. He is concluding this. Na kaschit jayate jiva, jeev, never jeev is born. Sambhavo asya na vidyate. There is no possibility also of being born, and we are celebrating our birthdays. Can you imagine? So there is nothing born and there is no possibility. Sambhavo asya na vidyate. And there is no, so even in death, even in birth, this yogi is completely unaffected. Completely unaffected. One person who was not there, who is going. One person who will never be there is coming. What difference does it make? See, this is from the absolute level, okay? In our Vyavharik level, we have to be different. But this is for us, for Manan. The person, yogi only, a jnani only, he got a child. Mm. His child was born. So people came to him and they were congratulating him. So he was having bath in the river. So he just splashed water like this. And he said, Ab gino kitna pani hai? How many bubbles are there? How many droplets of water are there? Can you count? He said, no. Similarly, he said, I also added one. What difference does it make? That is their view. So there is nothing called born here. There's nothing called death here. There will be no birth, no death, no coming, no going, no sorrow, no joy. This is what is being concluded here. Etat uttamam satyam. This is the best. This is the highest truth. Uttamam satyam. Yatra kinchit na jayate. Where nothing can be born. This is Mandukya. This is Advaita Prakaran. Let us see the last bhashya of this Prakaran. Sarvo api ayam mano nigrahadi mrit lohadivat srishti rupasana chokta parmartha swarupa pratipatti upayatvena, comma, after that comma, na parmartha satya iti. So he's saying here, sarvo api ayam mano nigraha, whatever is said earlier. What was said earlier? Mano nigrahadi. Mano nigraha from 40 to 47 shlok was Mano nigraha. See, we have to revise it. And those who haven't heard, those have skipped or they have missed something, please go again and listen to those shlokas. Make your notes. So 40 to 47 shlok was Mano nigrahadi. Mrit lohadi vat srishti rupa upasana. Then 17 to 28 was the weather shloks that was defining how this Srishti has come or not come. Then Upasana was given in the 16th shlok, if you remember. The three kinds of Adhikari, Manda, Madhyam, and Utkrishta was given. Chokta, I have already told. I have already said. Paramartha Swarupa Pratipatti Upayatvena. They are means to tell the or attain the self. Pratipatti Upayatvena upayatvena na paramartha satyati, but they are not absolute reality. They are just upay. Upasana is a upay. Srishti prasang is an upay. So don't conclude that they are the reality. Everything here was an upay to go to that self. So everything here has to be taken as steps or as staircase or as instruments to go to that self only. So Upayatvena na Paramatma, but they are not the absolute reality. Parmartha Satyam tu na kaschit jayate jivah. Parmartha Satyam, that Parmartha Satya is not that na to kaschit jayate, it cannot be born. Na kaschit jayate jivah karta bhokta na cha na utpadyate kena chitapi prakarena. Not possible that it is born. What? There cannot be karta, there cannot be bhokta, there cannot be jeev. Like the Ghatakash cannot be there. Ghatakash cannot be born from the Mahakash. Similarly, this also is not there. Why? Because that Paramatma, if you remember, is so sukshma. Remember? Paramatma was so sukshma, sarva vyapaka. You have to remember those words. Niravayava. I had made you underline also in the Bhashyam. So there cannot be anything born from that. So sukshma, most subtle. How can anything born be born from that? So therefore, there is no cause of that. Ataha, sabhavataha, ajasya, ekasya atmana sambhava karanam na vidyate asmin. So therefore, there is no cause of that Paramatma. There is no cause of that Paramatma that can be born. Na vidyate tasmin. So therefore, there cannot be anything born here. Yasmat na vidyate asya karana taspat na kaschit jayate jiva ityetat. Therefore, because there cannot be any cause of it, it cannot be born also. It is not born. Jayate jiva ityetat. This jiva is also just a shadow. The jiva is just an illusion. It is not born. It is just seen. It is there, but it is not there. It is talking about us. Us meaning conditioned us, conditioned I. That I that is conditioned as a body, as a male, as a female, as a karta, as a bhokta, as a parent, as a father, mother, as a husband, wife, as a son, daughter. That jeev is being spoken that it cannot be born. Never can it be born. So, पूर्वेषु उपायत्वेन उक्तानां सत्यानाम् एतत् तत् उत्तमं सत्यं यस्मिन् सत्यस्वरूपे ब्रह्मणि अणुमात्रमपि किञ्चित् न जायते इति एतत्. So he is saying here that here satyanam etat, that highest truth, satyanam etat, uttamam satyam, this uttam satya, the highest truth, is what has to be attained. In that Brahma only, nothing is born, and that has to be attained by the person who feels himself to be the jeev, who feels himself to be conditioned. By removing that conditionings, he will attain that Brahma. So all these are what? Satyanam etat tad uttamam satyam. Yes means Satya Swarupe. In that Satya Swarup, in that Satya Swarup only, that absolute self only, the relative Satya as it takes to absolute Satya. So Satyanam etat. This Mano Nigraha, this Srishti, this Upasana, all are Upai only to go to that. We have to remember this. Mano Nigraha is an Upai. Srishti is an Upai. Upasana is an Upai. To go to that Satya. So these are relative Satyas. And this will take us to the absolute Satya. To that absolute Satya, yes means Satya Swarupe, Brahmani, Anu Matramapi. Anu, small also, nothing can be born. Kinchit na jayate. Nothing can come out from that. So we have to continuously think of these truth, of these three truth. It takes us to Satya, so called Satyam. Here, Satyanam etad uttamam. Why is it called Satyam here? Because it is taking us to Satyam. That is why it is called Satyam. It is related Satya. What this Mano Nigraha, this Upasana, and this Srishti Prakaran, all these are Satyam. Satyanam etat. So relative Satya is taking us to the absolute. Like if a person is very rich, father is very rich. So the son also is rich. We will say the son is rich because his father is rich. Similarly here, because it is taking to that absolute Satya, so these three are also called Satya only. Satyanam etat uttamam satyam. Yasmin Satya Swarupe. So one Satya is taking, relative Satya is taking to the absolute Satya. Brahmani anu matrapi kinchit na jayate. So here nothing can be born. Anu matrapi, small thing also cannot be born. So all these are upay to go to the highest. So lakshyat is what? That atma. Vachyat is what? That jeev that cannot be born. Ghatakash cannot be born. This has to be again and again thought of. So here we conclude this portion. We have taken this portion in detail. We have taken the summary also many times in detail. We have to remember it. We have to again and again practice it. And this is mainly for meditation. So please meditate upon it. Please make notes. Please, wherever you have left something, again go back, try to think about it, try to make notes, try to listen, and try to do a lot of manan. And during manan only, if the mind becomes quiet, do extra meditation for some time. That will help. Okay, so I complete here Shri Shri Govind Bhagavad Pujya Pad Shishyasya Paramhansa Parivrajakacharyasya Shankar Bhagavatah Kritau Gaudapadiya Bhashya Agama Shastra Vivarane Advaitakyam Tritiya Prakarana Bhashyam Samaptam Om Tat Sat. We offer our gratitude, our pranams to Bhagwan Bhashyakar, Gaur Padacharji, that means Karikakar, and the Tippanikar and Tikakarji also for gracing us with this valuable wisdom. Okay, we will now conclude here and we will start the next Alat Shanti Prakaran when I come back. After 15 days, we will do it. Till then, please revise, please make notes. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Guru Namaha Harihi Om